All right, my friends, so today we're doing another little training video for you guys. I think this is one of the first videos I've actually got that paneling up on my window. Oh, it's so much nicer. Look how much control I have in this room. Yeah. Anyways, we put up a video last Tuesday in regards to some of my favorite shortcuts. And some of the questions arisen were like, how do you learn the shortcuts? How do you figure out what they are? And it's actually really easy. So today I'm going to show you how to find the shortcuts, because you'll probably have shortcuts that you use that I may never use. You may use software that I'll never use. And so how do you learn those shortcuts, and how do you understand what key is represented by what symbol? So we're gonna just take a look at that right now. Okay, so I've got my computer here. I'm trying to just show you my keyboard, because that's really the most important part. And whenever you and I open up a piece of software, right now I have the Finder, and this word, whatever's up in the top left-hand corner right here, tells you what software you're in, right? So right now I'm in the Finder. For instance, if I were to open up Chrome, this would now say Chrome, which is great, which means this whole menu bar has to do with Chrome. If I were to come down here, click back on the desktop, for instance, this would now say Finder, which means this is all Finder based. So this word, whatever is up there, really important, because it tells us what piece of software is active. So for instance, we're in Chrome right now, as you can see. And I decide I would like to put up a new tab. So I could hit this plus, which is great. Or I decide to go up here and look and be like, oh, it says new tab. Yeah, and right beside it, it has this weird little squiggly mark and a T. Now this is the shortcut. So you'll see new window, there's the shortcut. New incognito window, there's the shortcut. So the shortcuts are always listed. They're always there for you. They'll have these little symbols and then a letter. And you'll see, let's under view, oh, there's a different symbol. There's two symbols and a letter, right? Symbol, oh, it's something different, right? So this is kind of the important part. The first thing that you and I need to do is understand and recognize what these symbols are. Because once we know what the symbols represent, then we're good. And depending on the age or what year of computer you have, sometimes the shortcuts may be even a little different, or the symbols may look a little different, or they may or may not even be on your keyboard. Now, on my keyboard, you'll actually see, we'll go back to File, there's this little symbol here, which kind of is this little weird squiggly thing, right? And it's actually the Command key. So whenever you see that little icon, Command. So that just says, hit your Command and the T. Now, you don't have to be perfect and be like, bang, right? Because some of these keyboard shortcuts can be multiple keys. The thing is the letter is the last thing you hit, right? So on this, it's like Command T. As soon as I do that, the tab shows up. If I were to hold my T down first, of course, it would start to try to figure out that I want to type the letter T. Command T, because we're giving the keyboard a command. Make sense? Yeah. So now you can got Command T, Command End. Now this one here is a little different, because there's a little up arrow, and then the Command, and then the N, right? Reopen, close tab. Now this, think about it, it's an up, right? Up arrow. And what on your keyboard, I always try to figure out something that you can kind of put in your head that kind of distinguishes it. So what in your keyboard lets you go, for one, to the upper row of the keys. You'll notice that one has an upper, there's an exclamation point. 2 has an at. So what lets us get up to that upper level? If you said the Shift key, you'd be correct. So, for instance, there's a close window. So Shift, Command, W. All right, Shift, Command, W. And my window closes. Yeah, that's handy. So now we know the Command key, which is that weird squiggly. We know the up, which is the up arrow, which is the Shift. Let's go to Finder, because Finder has a bunch of them, right? Here's one here. There's one that I actually like. And it's hard for you guys possibly to see it. It's just a little, I always say it's the roof. It's just a little kind of whoop, whoop, whoop. And on my keyboard, it actually has it. But not all keyboards will show that. But it's the Control key. So now you guys know that little up there. So that would be Control Command N, right? Control Command N. Handy. Option, you guys may see it here. And again, I don't know the actual terms, but I like to say it's the escalator. So some of them will have the escalator, like hide toolbar, escalator Command T, right? Escalator. It's the option Command T. So if I went Option Command T, now if I was in an app that had a toolbar, that would disappear. But it would in a software that has it. But the key here is that little escalator guy is the option. And if you look at my keyboard, you'll get a good idea. It shows the control, shows the option, and it shows the command. Now, the option and command are on both the right and left hand side of the spacebar, because depending if it's like Q, for instance, that's easy reach. But Command P, not necessarily. So this is easier, or this is easier, right? Depending on if you like to use both hands, or if you're an actual typer, or if you're a finger typer, or if you're a one-handed typer, it gives you the option to have both. Now the last one that you'll see is there's a little globe here and the function key. Now depending, again, on certain things, you'll actually see this says start dictation. It has a little globe. Now, it used to on older operating systems, so again, depending on the operating system you're on, this would actually say FN. Now, I don't know if they've changed it so that people didn't say it's the F and D key, because that was like, what? It's the FN key. Yeah, I get it. But it's now, it looks like the globe, but it is the function key. And the function key will, again, looks like the little globe, or depending on the operating system you have, may actually say FN in the menu bar. Those are really the keys that you and I will use. If you see ESC, which is the escape key, which is that guy up there, so you'll be able to use that. And always realize you kind of do them as they show, right? So here, for instance, this says Shift Command V, so it's Shift Command V. So you kind of do them in the order. They don't have to be all hit perfectly in unison. Now you guys can go out and figure out the shortcuts that you use, because there are definitely shortcuts that we all use without question, because they're part of the operating system and they're part of the primary apps that just kind of come with the Mac. But each and every one of us are going to have applications that we use that are very specific to ourselves and the reason that we use a computer, possibly for work or for play or whatever it is. And go in, find things that you do regularly. You may do regularly with your trackpad or your mouse and keyboard. And figure out if there's a way that you can use a shortcut, because you will notice that that speeds up the process a lot. And it's just nice to get used to it, right? Used to be able to move yourself around, and you can impress your friends. Let's call it as it is. That's the real reason you want to do shortcuts, just to be like, yeah, check me out. That's why I do it. All right, guys, keyboard shortcuts. They're there. Every preset software has them. Doesn't matter what it is. Mail, for instance. And some of them, the shortcuts are the same, like Command N, for instance, right? New message. And in Finder, it's a new Finder window. And in Chrome, it's a new Chrome window. And in Safari, it's a new Safari window. And in whatever, it's always new. So some of these, once you learn one, it's across the board. But not all of them. Just be aware. All right, guys. Again, leave comments down below if there's something that you have a question in regards to on the Mac system. If I can answer it, I'll do one of these Training Tuesdays. That's what I'm calling it. Training Tuesdays for the Mac. And or iPhone or iPad or any piece of software really that I can figure out. If I can answer it for you, I'll do a little video. All right, guys. Like, comment, share, subscribe. Hit that little notification bell. We'll see you again tomorrow for other tech reviews, and next Tuesday for more training stuff. Leave comments if you have any ideas. All right, guys. Later. I'm out.